What's up, everybody? How you doing?
You asking me how they're doing or how I'm doing?
I'm just asking in general.
Oh,
How
fine.
you doing?
I think fine.
Fine's, yeah, I'll take fine.
About as good as we can.
Take
I'm
fine.
gonna answer for everybody.
I
Just
think
waiting for the day.
I think that's going around right now. How is everybody doing? Welcome back to Outside the Cinema, your weekly source for cult movie discussions. This week we are banging out two more future cult films. One of them is a monster hit. One of them is a hit in its own right. I guess.
Yeah, it's an accomplishment. Both of them.
Yes, both of them are accomplishments.
Yeah.
We are doing Obsession, which obviously the other big horror film from this year. We did Backrooms last week. Obsession's the other one. Didn't make sense to do one and not the other. Yeah.
And then I find out accidentally that like both people that made movies are YouTubers this week again.
The guy that did Obsession's a YouTuber?
That's what I heard.
Oh, I didn't know that. I knew the
Also
other guy was. The guy that did Iron Lung is the other film we're doing, which is what,
Yes.
Markiplier?
Yep, Mark Fishbucker or something like that.
Yeah, famous on YouTube
I
for
think
playing video games.
I think once you make something off of YouTube, you should use your real name,
Agreed.
like Kane did. But that's hey,
That's something I think we're gonna get in. We're gonna get into a little bit when we do talk about that movie. Iron Lung is, as we said, the second one. Both 2026 releases, both now available to stream digitally. Obsession's available on Peacock, or you can purchase it through any streaming services that sell, like Amazon, any of those places. And Iron Lung, I believe, is currently only available to rent through YouTube. I didn't see it anywhere else.
yeah, I didn't look.
I did, because I'm a crack reporter.
I'm just a reporter on crack.
Yeah. Ooh. Ooh.
Yep. It says here he was a Barker. This guy Curry Barker was a YouTube sketch comedian.
Okay. I know he did a bunch of other like shorts and stuff.
Yeah.
Whoop, sorry. I know he's done like a bunch of other shorts that are up on YouTube. But I didn't know anything about sketch comedy.
Yeah, there's one called The Chair in 2023. And then that's what he pitched Obsession during.
Okay.
When they were talking about the other one. So, okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Well, we're going to talk about both of them. I'm very tired, if you can't tell. Travis finished up his summer baseball season this past weekend.
Okay.
So we had the schedule that we had for the weekend was a nightmare. On Friday, we had a game in West Roxbury in the morning at like 10:30,
Okay.
which means you need to be there by 9:30, and you have to drive. West Roxbury's like almost Metro West, so it's like an hour to get there. So
Right, yeah.
and we had a game the night before where we didn't get home until like 7-8 o'clock. So, and then we had a second game on Friday in not Northborough. The tournament was based in Northborough. We ended up having to go out to, where the hell was the second game? Crab, you still in there? Marlboro. Thank you.
Okay,
Marlboro. So we had to go from West Roxbury at a game that ended around noon for like a 6 o'clock game in Marlboro. And they're like 45 minutes apart.
Yeah.
So I'm like, you know what? Let's just go home. So we drove home, and it took a little over an hour to drive home. Sat at home for like an hour and a half, almost 2 hours, and then drove back out to Marlboro.
Oof.
And then they got put in the consolation game the next morning to start at 8:30 in Northborough. So it was a lot of driving. And the team was the team was exhausted. They ran out of pitching by that last game, and they were just
I
kind of
can
like
imagine.
putting. Have you pitched? No? You want to try?
Oh, jeez. Yeah.
Because this tournament follows
I remember games like that. Yeah.
Yeah, well, and like some of the tournaments, there's these two, like there's more than two, but the two major companies that do baseball tournaments up here is Firecracker Sports and Perfect Game. Perfect Game is nationwide. Firecracker Sports is nationwide. And Firecracker is a little more loose with their player rules and stuff, and but Perfect Game is way more. They follow like pitch count rules and like all of that stuff. So like Travis pitched. Travis started the first game on Friday, and pitched the whole game. And so now he couldn't pitch the rest of the tournament.
Oh.
Because he pitched, he threw like, I don't know, like 75, 80 pitches, which is not a lot. He tends to throw, 80 to 100 pitches when he does a full outing if he pitches the whole game. So it wasn't like a crazy amount, but the rules are you go over 65 pitches in a day, you need to have 4 days rest.
Yeah, and he's going to be thankful for that when he doesn't have any rotator cuff problems later.
Yeah, absolutely. No, it's all done for the right things, but like these teams, they had like 12 kids.
Yeah.
And you had 4 games. And
that makes it difficult.
Yeah, it's very difficult to figure out your pitching. So the last game they ended up kind of just throwing a couple kids that don't really throw very much, but it was fine. But then we hosted the end of season barbecue for the team yesterday. So we went out of the fireplace into the fire, but we thought we weren't going to play on Saturday, so we're like, oh, we'll have a full day to just do whatever, and
Okay.
But we did it. So I'm tired and I'm ready for a few days of not doing much of anything. But it was fun. Baseball's fun.
Yeah.
It is.
Yeah. So. Not the driving, but the other parts,
No. We had a really good time though. Like the tournaments that we traveled to and we stayed at, and like the ones where the team was like the same team was at the same hotel. The whole team was at the same hotel. It was a lot of fun.
Good.
But yeah, it was a lot of money. And it was way more tiring doing 6 weeks in a row than we, I think, really thought about. And I think their coach too, even because next year he's like, we're not going to do 6 in a row. We'll do 4 tournaments and we'll spread it out a little bit. And I think his plan is to try to make it more local.
Okay.
Which it was great. If we do like one where we can go away together, that's awesome. But yeah, the 6 weeks in a row, because you would like basically you'd have to leave either on Wednesday to get there for Wednesday night for a game Thursday morning, or leave Thursday to go directly to a game that was like Thursday afternoon or Thursday evening. So, and most of these tournaments would go Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. So if you make it to the playoffs or you make it to the consolation rounds, you play on Sunday, which means you don't come home until Sunday afternoon, Sunday night, and then you have Monday, Tuesday, and then you might be right back in the car on Wednesday and driving off to the next tournament. So it's like you didn't really have a lot of downtime. But somehow Mel managed to do it without taking any time off of work, and she only missed, I think, 2 games.
Wow.
Yeah, crazy, right?
Yeah, no, that's great.
Yeah, it was good. But Travis had a good season pitching. He primarily pitched, played a little bit of first base, and threw more than he's probably ever thrown before. And he pitched against really good teams, like teams that are like the team they played on, that he pitched against on Friday is ranked in like the top 5 teams in the state. Like they're a nationally ranked team. So
very nice.
Holding his own out there against kids like that, it was really cool to see,
Yeah,
kids that are legitimately like prospected to play Division I college baseball and potentially play in the major leagues.
Nice.
So.
Nice.
But, yeah.
Very nice.
Yeah. So what do anything cool this weekend? You just relax, stay out of the humidity?
What did I do?
Did you work?
Yeah, I did some of that. I drew a lot.
Oh, that's cool.
I watched a few movies on Saturday, like Supergirl again, probably Backrooms again.
Did you see Spider-Man? Did you get to see Spider-Man?
I did not get out to see Spider-Man yet.
I'm hoping to go later this week. I know Travis is going on Wednesday. I'm hoping to go at some point Thursday or Friday.
Yeah, we've seen everyone in the theater. Spider-Man's, aside from the fact that I met Spider-Man when I was little, and it was the first cartoon or superhero I ever remember seeing. It was the first movie I threaded and ran for an audience by myself. First Spider-Man.
So Tobey Maguire?
Yeah. So I got a little, and like Ellen and I have gone to see all of them opening weekend. And okay, so maybe not opening weekend for this one, but whatever. It's a 4th. There's never been a 4th Spider-Man movie, so all rules are off.
Nice. Yeah, I rewatched No Way Home.
Yeah.
Over the weekend because I didn't really remember it. Like I remembered liking it, and I'm being like, yeah, I really enjoyed it. But I just didn't remember anything about it. So I rewatched it on Saturday night after we got home, and it was good, man.
There's a lot happening. Though.
Yeah, a lot of things happen.
Yeah, and I don't know. I haven't been paying attention. Well, I have purposely been ignoring stuff except for trailers for this. So I don't know any of the rumors or I know
no, me
Scorpion's in it, and that's all.
I try to go into as many, and it's very difficult. The major Marvel movies that I'm interested in, I try to go in as knowing as like I haven't even watched the full Doomsday trailer.
It doesn't show you much.
No, I figured it doesn't, but I still am just like, you know what? I'm gonna ignore the stuff as much as I can, despite you know my feeds on Instagram and stuff feeding me a lot of it. I just try to skip right over it.
Yeah. I've achieved that by moving where Instagram is on my phone, so I don't see it all the time.
Oh, okay.
And then I don't open it. I've effectively pulled away from social media because the last 5 times Instagram has teased me with a story where it's one sentence and it wants me to open Threads. I open Threads. I download it again. I open Threads. I read it. I'm like, this wasn't worth my fucking time. And then I delete Threads again because Threads is fucking stupid.
Threads is fake Twitter. It's fake Twitter. I mean, it's
yeah.
It doesn't need to be a thing because you can do all of that on Instagram.
That is true.
You can do all of it on Instagram. The only difference is that they just focus. They don't focus on the visual of it as much.
Yeah.
But you can do everything you do on Threads. You can do on Instagram.
I used to like Instagram when I could just curate like art and music and performance and stuff and whatever. But now I'm seeing shit that like I would like burn in real life, like ice flags and shit. So like that's not what I want. So bye.
Yeah. My Instagram has been pretty good, honestly. Like I do well on there now too, so like I got a blue check mark. But since I started working with Bridge 9 more and doing videos for them, and like I do a lot better on there because everything is conjoined. So
yeah, that's focused. That's good.
yeah, it's much more focused. So my feed is really a lot of hardcore, a lot of punk rock,
good,
a lot of soccer,
good,
a lot of baseball.
The Spectopia feed that my wife and my kids mainly post on is a lot better of a feed than mine. Surprise.
Shocking turn of events right there.
Yeah, so I'll go through that and I'll look at that stuff. But I liked it when I could get like, hey, here's a girl tap dancing to heavy metal. Oh, hey, look, here's a guy that made an instrument and now is a master of playing it. Like that kind of stuff.
I mean, you can still get that stuff, man. You just got to curate your feed. It ends up being work. I agree.
That's the problem. I don't want it to be that
No,
much
I don't blame
work.
you.
So
I don't blame you.
I don't have to use it, and I won't for a little while. I guess I don't know.
All right, I have to.
What was? Oh, that's what I watched. Wolverine and Deadpool.
Oh,
Again,
nice.
For some reason, I watched it once, but there was something. There are 2 things with Marvel movies that I think I've said in the past, and the reason why I like the Deadpool and Wolverine movie is it did one of the crazy, stupid things I wanted them to do with a multiverse, and bring Chris Evans back as the worst of the 2 characters he played. And they did, and it was hilarious. And the other one was, hey, Mysterio should use Tony Stark's hologram tech to do his illusions. That makes sense. And they did, and I was happy with that. So that's why I watched it, because it was like, hey, look, here's that idea you had that you told no one that we did.
Cool.
Never happens. I never get anything like that, like a weird connection kind of thing. But they did it. And Chris Evans looked like he had a ball doing it. So
yeah, he had a good time. Speaking of a good time, our first film tonight is not that.
Yeah, and I don't know which one you picked, and I agree.
Yeah, well, we're gonna start with Obsession.
Okay.
Which says 2025 on IMDb.
I think it hit festivals and stuff.
Okay.
Early.
All right. Well, let's take a listen to a trailer.
Have you ever actually like flirted with Nikki?
I'm gonna go get some shots.
I'll come with you if she means this much to you. And I know she does. Say, Nikki, I think we should grab a drink sometime.
Nikki, wait. I was gonna ask you,
What?
I lost my train of thought.
I...
Good night. What else?
Why?
One wish, Willow. You only get one wish. I wish Nikki Freeman loved me more than anyone in the entire world.
I love you so much. A love only the branch of a willow tree could conjure.
It's weird how you two are dating all of a sudden. Like, super dating.
I think Nikki is going through something.
Like, what? Is she okay?
No.
Jeez, what kind of spells you put on her?
Nikki? I love you. I love you. I love you. I love you. I was calling to see if there's a way I can cancel a wish.
I'm sorry, we don't really do that.
So she's just stuck like this forever?
Well, yeah, I mean, as long as you live.
As long as I live?
Yeah, released May 15th. Whoops. Okay, Obsession, directed by Curry Baker. Parker. Starring Michael Johnston, Indy Navretti. Does that sound right?
No, I think it's never. Hold on. I had the page and I closed it. Because why have the pertinent information up in front of me at the time, right?
No, it's, details.
Yeah. Obsession, there you go. TV miniseries, perfect. Navarrete, I believe.
Navarrete. Okay. Cooper Thompson. Jesus Christ. Cooper Tomlinson. Megan Lawless, and a fun little Andy Richter thing in there, too.
Yeah.
This is the kind of one of the hot horror films of the year. Pretty pumped up. Scott, I know, gave it a glowing review when he reviewed it. And he said at the time, and I believe is still true, that it's his favorite movie of the year so far. So it kind of sets a high bar for us because you know us, we tend to be contrarians. And as everybody is fawning over something, we're going to make sure that we're going to fucking fillet it as best we can.
We will scrutinize it, absolutely. And then sometimes we agree.
Sometimes we do, sometimes we don't. But so we got Bear, played by Michael Johnston. He is in love with his coworker, Nikki, who's played by Indy. But he cannot confess his love to her. They all work in a small music shop together. They're all like music students looking to go to music schools and things like that. And Bear basically, really wants to let her know how he feels, but they're good friends and he's afraid he's going to ruin their friendship and doesn't really know how he feels. So, he puts himself out there to tell her how he feels, but he can't do it. Trying to do a nice thing, he hears when they're having a phone conversation that she dropped her necklace down the drain. So he goes to like a weird mystical crystal shop.
It's a new age crystal.
Yeah,
shop.
new age crystal shop. And weird's not the right word. I'm sorry.
No, it's weird if you've never experienced it.
That's true. So, but he wants to get her a little necklace to replace the one that she's lost because that's a nice sweet thing to do. But
that's what friends do too. Yeah.
Yeah, and so, but he comes across this little display of these novelty wish charm things where you make a wish and then break it, and the wish is supposedly comes true. Seems meaningless, seems harmless, seems like nothing other than like kind of a gag joke.
Yeah, like throwing a penny in a fountain.
Yeah, right. So after one night where he again can't tell her how he feels, he just kind of begrudgingly takes the what did they call it? It was the willow.
One wish willow.
One wish willow. Takes out the one wish willow, makes the wish that Nikki would love him, as you heard in the trailer, more than anyone else on earth, and then breaks it, and we're off and running. Immediately.
So my first question about the whole thing is, how did it interpret more than anyone else in the world? That to me is an interesting question.
Well, yeah, and I definitely, when I was watching it, was like his wording of it
Yeah.
is so specific.
Yeah, and to be fair, before you start thinking, oh, hey, this is based off a monkey paw thing and The Simpsons did that, that's exactly where he says he got the inspiration from. They were sitting down waiting to watch an episode of Always Sunny that the director was in, and then they watched this Simpsons rerun with the monkey paw. And so it's a monkey paw story, but you get one shot.
Right.
Because otherwise there's no point to the movie if you can undo it immediately.
Right. And the way that they present the, I guess, mythology of the One Wish Willow is just so simple and so matter of fact. You don't have to delve into like witchcraft and magic and like all this different stuff. It is what it is.
Yep. Like it's just exactly like Leela on that Futurama episode where they did the, what's that called? Wizard of Oz, where she's clicking her heels together. And she says, "There's no place like I want to be a witch," and then she turns into a witch. It's that fast. It's that good.
Not bad,
of a
man.
wish
2 Matt
machine.
Groening references already in this review.
Well, I mean, to be fair, The Simpsons are like a crossroads of connections for.
For sure. But the fact that you were then able to wire in Futurama too is impressive.
That actually kind of is, isn't it? I just saw that there's a new season of Futurama that just popped up. So,
nice.
It's been on my mind. I don't know.
She now loves him, uncontrollable, mad love.
Yeah.
Insatiable, just like that whole like, I love you so much I want to wear your skin type.
Yeah, it starts off okay. Like,
but upon seeing where it goes.
I didn't say it starts off great either. It starts off okay, because he's still really leery of the whole thing.
Mm-hmm.
Like, oh, now you're talking to me? Like, so, you know this is wrong. You watched Aladdin when you were little. You know the fucking rules. Mm-hmm. I can't bring anybody back from the dead. I can't make anybody love you. And then whatever the fucking third one was, give you more wishes or some shit.
Yeah.
My main problem that I have with this whole movie is that he claims that it's not paranormal or a possession film.
Okay.
I'll give you that maybe it's not a possession film, but unless I can make a wish and it comes true, it's paranormal and supernatural.
Yeah.
But to me, this is straight up possession. I feel like when he made the wish, she was pulled out, her consciousness was forced out of her body, and this is where I'm going to try and be clever.
Well, yeah, because this is the like there's a specific scene where this is kind of brought out a little bit more, and it's incredible the way it's done, and I don't want to ruin that for anybody.
Yeah, but I think something that consented to it went into her body, because she did not have the ability to consent to any of this. It's totally against her will, which is, just a violation of everything. So I think it's something that wanted to love him and wanted to give him everything, like that just volunteered for the job, because you get a couple of clicks here and there, and the actress, I don't know if they used an air horn or if they pulled like Kubrick shit where they fired guns on sets but she would come to like switch character from the possessed, obsessed one to herself, and she jumps at one point and then jumps again, and it looks so real that I had to rewind it and watch it again. She is amazingly good at looking shocked in the blink of an eye. It was believable. She's like the first time.
Yeah, she is fucking incredible in this movie. And I know a lot of people have said, I know Scott said that, but like she is unbelievable
Yeah.
in the role. So believable. So like this, like, I don't say this stuff often, but this film scared me. Like
Yeah.
I was terrified watching this movie.
Yeah, because you've known people like that.
Yeah, I've had crazy
Not-
girlfriends back in the day. I remember.
Not to that
I'll never forget.
extreme, But yeah. Yeah, I hope not to that extreme, but
No, not to that extreme, but not that far off.
but I mean, yeah, I've had the girlfriends that I'm going to go to the bathroom. Okay, love you. Okay, yeah. Why didn't you say it? And then there's a 4-day argument about it.
Yeah, yeah.
It's because you're right here, and like
And I'll be right back.
it's that's I mean that is not something I'm familiar with at all. Needing confirmation or reassuring that you haven't done anything wrong. I don't know what that's all about. but that is a thing that people really have rejection dysphoria and all kinds of stuff, and they may need reassuring. Like I'll walk through, or my wife will come through, or my kids, and we'll just like if I answer, because tone for me isn't great. I'm not always on, if you will.
Right. No, I know what you mean.
And so I may give it, like they may come in the house and I'll be sitting there drawing and say, hey, how's it going? And I'll be like, yeah. And it's not them. It's not them. It's either my medicine's wearing off. I'm tired. It was something about work. It was, it was quiet. Now you're all home and it's noisy. Like it could be anything, but it's generally, I'm not mad at them or at all, but asking really does save. We had a long couple conversations about it. Like, this isn't going to work if you just say no, everything's fine. If there is a problem, you have to actually bring it up and discuss it. And it's tough. It's really tough to create that area where 2 people or 4 people can exist and be comfortable with each other, do their own thing, and still know that everybody's got your back, even though the voices in your head are telling you that everybody hates everything you've ever done. Sucks.
Yeah. No, I hear.
So
yeah,
I could identify with this a little bit.
Yeah. But yeah, she's incredible.
I've also been on the other side of that. I am ashamed, but not ashamed to say that I've fallen hard for people. Real hard, like embarrassingly hard, like Anakin Skywalker in the second Star Wars movie, the episode 2 movie, like really trying to be, but not succeeding, and just being awkward and weird. But then those people don't want to talk to me, and so it's not a problem. I don't possess them or anything.
Right.
So that's fine. But I can sort of understand a little bit of one side of it.
No, I get it. Yeah, I get it too.
Totally off the rails.
Yeah, and at the level that it gets ramped up to and how quickly it gets there is what is, I think, the scary part of it. Because once you kind of learn at least a little bit of what's going on, they do a really good job of not like holding your hand and walking you through everything. Like the mythology is enough, her erratic behavior is enough. Like you get what you need, but you're not like beat over the head with whatever magic or whatever's going along with it.
When he calls the helpline, I think that's pretty much everything you need to know. Yeah, it works. No, you can't fix it. Shit.
Yep. But one of the things that also makes it feel real, despite the fact that it's obviously like this fantastical story, is the reactions of the friend group. Like the way they're like, yeah, so like you two are like head over heels in love, dating all of a sudden. Like, when did this happen? And like one of the other female that works at the store with them is like had a discussion with her about how she likes him, but she only wants to be friends with him. And then you get some information about the friend, that's the guy friend, with some stuff that's going on, and like none of it makes sense to anybody. And he just is just like, I don't know what to tell you. Like, and then it gets to the point where he's like, well, I'm going to try to tell you what's happening and nobody's going to believe it. And he says that. He's like, you're not going to believe what I'm saying.
That's fair. That's true.
Absolutely. Yeah. And the way they play it out and the way that they react and the way that they like have the friends interacting with them, and how like there's that scene at the party where like she kind of freaks out on everyone, and like
that party is where I believe my proof for possession happens.
Yeah.
Because she screams this phrase a couple of times before making you cringe. I'll just say, and that leads me to believe there's a second personality somewhere.
Yeah.
Or second consciousness going on. I know the writer and the main actress there. They say it's not possession, but I mean, you just
I'm
flip
not sure
that
what the
B
explanation
upside down.
is.
Put the B to flip the B upside down in the title and put it in the beginning, and you get possession. So it's a possession movie.
Oh, there you go.
It's a person acting differently than they were normally after a magic spell was cast.
Yep. And you get a scene that kind of paints it for you.
Yeah.
Anyway, so
honestly, though, I don't care one way or the other because it was.
It doesn't matter. That's the thing is, it doesn't matter.
And the rules, the rules of the Willow. One wish. It's good for one wish, but you only ever get one wish in your life, and that had a little bit of supernatural stuff going on too. Or he just got super weak at the time, but that led to such a fucked up thing to ask somebody to do.
Yeah.
Hey, you have one chance to wish for literally anything in the world. Help me get this chick off my back.
Right.
No.
No, I'm not going to do that.
No.
Because first of all, you're nuts.
Why can't you have a wish that's like, I wish everybody was back to normal and then you add the other part, your part.
And another thing. Yeah, so obviously things get ramped up. You get your first real taste of how crazy things are when he goes to work and she's not working that day. Mm-hmm. And he comes home and she's literally just still standing in the spot that she was standing in when he left.
But that was the day after he had to leave. No, that was the same day, right? That she had the door taped up.
Yep.
So he has to open this duct tape door while she's talking to him. And he has to pretend it's normal.
Yeah.
I don't know why he had to pretend it's normal. Because I saw her behavior as partially, whatever this is learning how to be human and interact. But also part of it is, I am nothing without you.
Right. And the deterioration of that side of the character is so captivating as it goes on, where she just stood there, pissed her pants, shit herself, whatever, like vomited, just waiting for him to come back. And like, as soon as he came back, like she immediately is like happy. But there's a point where no matter what he does, it's not enough anymore. And she needs more and she needs more and she needs more, to the point where like, you come to an ending that is very, I guess, expected.
Yeah.
Once you realize what's going on and when you get some things, but the final scene in the film, and I'm not going to give it away. I'm not going to say exactly what happens, but the final scene in the film is so effective.
Yeah.
And so just like heartbreaking and heart-wrenching in the way that they play it out and the way that things change and, you get your final conclusion. This is for me. I can't speak for you, but for me, this is as good as everyone is saying it is. This was terrifying, but it was so well done.
Yeah. No, I'm not gonna. I can't disagree. I mean, I disagree about it being non-paranormal.
Right.
Right. Because, come on, it's a wish stick.
Right. Ordinary everyday wish stick.
Yeah, if we had wish sticks, we wouldn't have had that run of movies that we watched that were so bad a few weeks ago.
It's true. I wish I never watched those movies.
Oh, God, what a waste.
But it'd be worth it.
Maybe.
And everyone in this is they all play their parts so well. I know we talked about Indy being incredible, but the kid that plays Bear too, he's also very good.
Oh, I hate him.
You're supposed to.
I know that's the idea. But I'm just saying that he did such a great job that I'm going to hate that actor like I hate Miles Teller for a while.
Yeah, it's fair.
He better do some kind of cartoon buddy comedy next if he wants people to like him.
Cartoon. It's shot really well too. Like it's shot in this almost dreamy, like everything is dark, but like it's still done so you can see what's going on. Like it's not. We're gonna talk about dark movies and lighting wise later in the show too, which did not do it nearly as well. But like
this one though, when she shows up at his door and she's all in shadow.
Yeah.
That was fucking terrifying.
And they do it this great.
So good.
I'm guessing it's some sort of light reflection off her eyes.
She had eyes painted on her eyelids.
Yep. Okay. With like a reflective
paint.
paint.
It was.
Yep.
Yep. And a little bit of old age makeup, I read, to give her this uncanny valley look in the shadows when you would get a glimpse of her face, but you really couldn't. They did they didn't have a huge budget and lighting was not where they wanted it to be, and they made the best of it. And that's
you would never
honestly know. No, but like that's amazing that is what they pulled off with
I'm kind of like, what would they have wanted? Like, like what would they have wanted that they weren't able to do?
I don't know. But what they did, like I'd never seen that before. You have your one of your main characters completely shadowed delivering very important dialogue. And you can't even see the person talking. And it was unusual and otherworldly and really, really well thought out.
Yep. Sound is really, really good too. A lot of bombastic crashing and just disorienting sound effects. And like the score is not much of a score. It's more a lot of just kind of like ambient noise and stuff. And like...
I don't remember music at all.
Well, and like, it's pretty limited, but there's a lot of like rumblings of like when she's kind of like starting to freak out, and like it was just done. It was done very, very well. All right, let's grade.
Okay.
Chris, do you recommend, and what is your grade for Obsession?
Yeah, I'm gonna recommend this. One of my kids went to bed before, or both of them went to bed after we watched Iron Lung, so they didn't watch this one. But we're going to at some point this week, maybe even tonight. And that's very soon for me for a heavy emotional film. So it has to mean something, right? No. Absolutely, I recommend this. I don't know a lot about acting, but I do believe that our main girl here does and is very good at it. And if you're interested in acting, just the acting job alone, like she puts on a fucking masterclass of split personality.
Yeah,
it's absolutely amazing, and she's building off of other characters, so it's really nice to see like the progression of stuff, like where you have Reagan all the way back then, and like she would just start screaming "mommy," so you know that it's not her. But here it's different because it's been decades, and writers have been able to change up possession and refine it and make it look different, or multiple personalities, or whatever we're going with for this. That's not what I said it was. I said to Nova at one point, I'm like, yeah, it's. I mean, in its heart, it's basically a possession movie. And she went, "Thank you, everybody I talked to, all the stage one people, they all said it wasn't a possession movie." I'm like, okay.
I mean, it's not a possession movie in the classic sense of a possession movie.
No, but she's turned into
possessed
somebody.
by something.
So I want to give a possible spoiler warning here, because this I think proves my point. When he called, so spoiler, go like 2 minutes. That's as much as I'll do. When he calls the helpline, isn't it the helpline that asks him, "Do you want to talk to Nikki?" And it's her screaming and screaming and screaming, and her soul is being tortured in hell. I mean, obviously, right?
Or held somewhere or something.
Yeah. Whatever has her from the willow tree is fucking her up, and she's going to remember that, and she's going to come back and see things and see everybody just kind of hanging around having fun, and she's being tortured, maybe. I don't know. Whatever, wherever she is, it's scary and or it hurts. So that was horrifying to me.
Yeah.
That he could hear that and then still just, whatever, I'm a fucker again. Not to sound like a chud, but in the beginning, I did notice behavior of her. The first night when she gets back to his house, when they get back to his house and she's in bed and she doesn't want to sleep alone and they're kissing and she snaps back for a second and freaks out and falls on the floor. This is very early on, like right after the wish is made. She gets up and apologizes, and then I have to, and I'm sure you'll agree, she pushes her arms together a little bit, leans over, and all Bear is thinking about is boobs at that point. Because the way she's positioned and lit, how is that not going to be alluring to a guy with a rock hard boner?
Right. Yeah.
Demon or not. I mean, it was perfect. And there really isn't any full on nudity in this.
No.
There's a butt, maybe, but like it's a little more chaste than I thought it would be for a movie about a guy that just wants to bang. But the whole thing with the phone call, I think that brings it into a different territory. And that was just that was the scariest part for me. Is that not only is he doing shit to her body, but her mind is being tortured at the same time.
Yeah.
So I'll give this an A-, probably by the end of the year, an A, because I need to watch it again. Because there's so much to keep track of in stuff that I watch. I don't always get it right. But yeah, I absolutely recommend this, but maybe not for a date night with somebody you just met. Just saying.
I agree with that 100%. Definitely not a date movie.
Not a first date. No.
Unless you're me, apparently.
Well, I didn't bring it up.
It's fair. No, I'm giving this a very high recommend also. I find it's pretty rare to have a film that's got the love and push that this has to be able to hold up what the weight is of it. And this does it. Yeah, it was very good. She's incredible. He's dislikable. Like the friend group, or like the way it looks, the way it sounds, the way it feels. It's all great. It's all done so well.
Yeah.
And yeah, it holds up to the push it's been getting.
Yeah, I honestly believe that our two leads in the back rooms and Navarette should get some form of acting award or nomination.
Agreed. I agree. I think I like Backrooms a little more than this, but I mean, it's not.
Backrooms is more my kind of thing.
Yeah, that could change.
I'm out of dating. Yeah.
But I mean, that's not taking away from it. Just like Scott and I were talking a little bit over text over it, and I'm like, I think I like Backrooms a little more, but that's probably because that's more my type of movie.
Yeah, Backrooms makes you uncomfortable, but doesn't remind you of people.
Right. Exactly. Exactly. But this is very, very good. It's an A-, but it's the strongest A- I can give. Only because it's not perfect, but it's pretty close for what they're trying to do.
Oh yeah. Yeah, it's amazing. It's their second movie, first theatrically released one, apparently.
Yep. Great start.
Good job.
Great start. Okay.
More
now,
of this, please. I like what Hollywood's allowing to happen.
I know, right? Good on you, Hollywood.
Yeah.
All right. Iron Lung, which is a film I was not super familiar with. And I
never played it.
Yeah, it's based on a video game. Also not super familiar with Mark Fishbaugh either, so I can't say much about him either. But here's a trailer.
This is not an expedition. It's an execution. few dying ships in a sea of dead stars. If there is still hope, it lies beyond the veil. Hope in this void is as illusionary as the starlight. I will choose to breathe my last here, at the bottom of an ocean. Unseen, unheard, uncontrolled. They will get their execution. I will get my freedom.
Okay, Iron Lung. Directed by Mark Fishbach, who is a very popular YouTuber, gaming YouTuber, goes by Markiplier.
Markiplier, yeah.
Markiplier. Written by Mark, working with David Szymanski, who was the original creator of the Iron Lung video game.
Yeah.
So he was very involved in the making of it.
Nice to
I
see.
was not familiar with the game. Did you know anything about it before the movie?
I did. I knew the basic premise of it, and that the photo thing was the big tension building part of it. And I may have seen artwork, but with no nothing to assign it to.
Okay.
So a little bit here and there. It felt initially like a homebrewed Five Nights at Freddy's, where you have to do one thing over here, then go do one thing over here, but don't fuck this up over here while you're doing this over here, or something's going to kill you. That's what it felt like.
Okay.
So I never bothered. But it's on consoles I have. I may actually give it a shot now. It says it's like a half hour's worth of playtime,
Okay.
which they then stretched out to 2 hours. I was surprised.
So Mark Fishbach, as we said, known as Markiplier, really got his knowing as being an a YouTube internet personality. Did a lot of video game stuff, and then started to do a little bit of, kind of like skitty short film stuff. And then at some point decided that he was going to become a filmmaker, which a lot of YouTubers have done now, which, as we have seen and we had mentioned last week, to varying degrees of success.
Yeah.
I am not familiar with him, and I don't know much about his videos at all. So I'm kind of taking...
Yeah, go ahead.
I'm just taking everything at face value for the film.
Okay. I asked my kids, I said, real quick, give me a thumbs up or thumbs down on Markiplier here before I go and do a show and praise somebody that's a piece of shit. And they said, no, he's generally a pretty good guy. And one of the things I saw him say afterwards, because I needed to dive into the backstory or the story of this. I needed
I did too.
to keep going. But he had an interview where he said he funded this whole thing himself. He had problems with studios. He had problems with distribution. YouTube had some issue where he couldn't put it on their channel. But anyway, he said, look, I'm doing all this stuff now. This is really difficult to figure out how to do this, basically. But if I can help other YouTubers that want to do the same thing, then that's what I want to do. I'm like, oh, fuck. Yeah. Okay. I support you now. You want to help other people? Good. You want to help other people do creative shit? Even better. So, yeah, that lightened it up a little bit for me.
Okay. Well, the premise of the film is simple. There's been some sort of apocalyptic event called
The Quiet Rapture.
The Quiet Rapture. Something to do with moons. Now that there's moons that weren't there before or something.
Yeah, there's a whole big thing about it being connected maybe to the Book of Revelation, where the sky became as black as sackcloth and the moon turned as red. Ghostbusters shit.
Yep.
And it could be that. It could be something else. Somebody was talking about how all of the humans on planets, because humans have expanded out, only the humans that were on a planet disappeared. Anybody on a space station or a spaceship, they're still there. So
Right.
one person had a question about, is it because they talk about filament station, which a filament creates light, but also filament is very close to firmament, and firmament has to do with the Bible, blah, 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 right? So is this, the last days? Are these people, were they raptured? Only them? And that's what they're left with? Or was everybody else raptured? Or something else? And yeah, they've discovered 4 moons with blood oceans on them. And I sort of tip my hat, but also raise a middle finger to the fact that they don't explain it.
They don't explain much.
They don't know much, which I think helps. So I'm sort of, it's kind of like almost like a Planet of the Apes thing where like you the best, smartest people they didn't survive, the time travel trip or whatever. This is who you got. Good luck. We're going to do a society now. That's kind of what it feels like. Because the person in charge of him doing the sub, everybody up top is emotional and blinded by certain aspects of what's going on in their mission to get things done. But the biggest fault that I think this movie has, and I hopefully jump off of this, is that Mark is too familiar with the source material to write a story for a newbie. And I think that's a problem.
Okay.
I think he understands the story, which is great. I mean, he had the creator there. Both of them know the lore and the story inside out, but I don't think they delivered it to us the way it needed to be all the time. But it also did come through in a natural conversation kind of way. It was strange. I felt like I missed a lot, but then not really. It felt like it was a mess, but it really was just a singular mission at the same time. So I don't know if that sense of panic is on purpose to give you the feeling that Simon had inside the sub.
We actually have to give a little bit more of the story.
Oh yeah. I just started talking.
Yeah. So Mark plays Simon, who is a convict who we are led to believe was wrongfully convicted of blowing up a station. And what they do with the convicts is they send them in this sub into these blood oceans to explore, essentially.
Yeah.
So he goes down. They are supposed to take photos. They have this photo setup where you hit a button, it makes a flash, takes a photo. You see the photo for a few seconds, and then it disappears. He takes a photo of what they believe is a skeleton, which they are now like, what is this? Where did this come from? So they bring him up in the sub and then send him back down because they're like, we need to get a specimen. We're going to put a weird ass drill hook thing on the front of the sub. You need to ram it, get a thing, and come back.
Yeah.
And then he goes back down, and obviously things don't go the way that they're hoping, and all of these other things don't happen, but do happen. I don't think. How do I want to word this?
Oh, I don't know.
I'm.
I know that's not a question I need to answer. It'd be funny.
I kind of wish you hadn't told me he was a good guy. I wish he was a scumbag.
Oh, really?
Because I can't. I mean, I really did not like the movie.
Okay, I can see
him.
that,
and I didn't like him.
Yeah, I don't think you're supposed to. Which
no. I
fine,
mean, like,
right?
I hated his acting.
Yeah.
Like I'm not gonna say that he's not a good actor or anything, but like the way he played this role and the like brooding and the like deep voice and the like.
I'll give him this. He has a very soothing, deep voice.
But it doesn't work for this role that he's doing. And
he did direct it as well. So
that's kind of the point I wanted to get to in terms of like, I appreciate that you had to do this on your own and you had to edit it, direct it, work on the screenplay, fight with studios to get it. Cause one of the things he says, he had to have a theatrical release and he wasn't gonna give in to not having one.
I respect him for that.
I respect that too, but it was made in 2023 and he waited 3 years to put it out because of that.
Yeah. I mean, and that's fair. Look where movie theaters were 3 years ago.
Yep.
Right?
No, you're not wrong.
Wanted to.
You're not wrong. So I think, biggest issue comes in with this film makes that mistake of taking its minimalism of everything being included in one small place with one main character and mistakes that for being profound in what it's trying to do for you. He is too big for his own britches. And now this is of no fault of his, but going and reading some of the reviews afterwards, this film is either 10 of 10, Mark is a fucking genius, and everybody should fucking fall at his feet because he's so fucking amazing with everything that he does. It's like, you're reviewing him, you're not reviewing the movie.
True.
Or it's 2 stars of exactly what I'm saying, where this film is pretentious in a way that I can't really put my finger on, but I don't like the characters. They didn't give you any information. This sounds like it could be a really interesting world, and there could be some really amazing things with the monster and the model and the things that they're doing with it. But they don't fucking do any of that.
Right. And I think the main problem we would come up against with that is the game does not have the content to warrant 2 hours.
Which is why he should have made a short proof of substance or whatever, and then brought that, rather than doing it all on his own. Which, again, commendable as a guy that has to do that for all his stuff. Like, it sucks. Yeah. It sucks to not have help. But I feel if he did a really awesome proof of concept, like a 25-minute proof of concept of this world and where it could possibly go, and then brought it to a studio, I think then he probably would have had an easier time making a movie. If this was like an hour and 10 minutes, it's a better movie.
Yeah. Or if you expanded the scope, which I know on the budget probably not able to do, but I would have liked a little bit outside of the sub. I would have liked some with his controller and the boardroom and their philosophical, ethical argument going on as well, and see something beside the. I totally respect the fact that he kept it in one location the whole time.
Yeah. Well, I want to. Can I?
Yeah.
So obviously, this film lives in its claustrophobia, is what it's trying to do. And I grabbed this quote that somebody had written, the Cynic Reels, on Instagram. Sorry, IMDb. And he makes it perfect. I could not word this better myself. The claustrophobia, initially effective, curdles into monotony.
Monotony, I think.
Monotony.
Yeah.
I couldn't have written it better or say it. There is a difference between being trapped in a confined space and being trapped in a confined idea. The film never escapes the latter. One begins to suspect that the real horror is not the fictional flooded world outside, but the refusal of the script to develop anything resembling dramatic progression inside. And like, that's a perfect explanation as to why I didn't like this movie, because it's like, you have this really cool idea of this grand universe, and we can say the money doesn't allow you to do it. But how much did they have to make back rooms?
10.
This was 3.
Yeah.
If I read it right.
Yeah.
$7 million is a massive difference, but I just feel like in this world where, and especially being so connected to the YouTube world and so many different filmmakers, I just feel like there's a way he could have opened it up and maybe, I don't know. I don't know the guy's stuff. But I really got an air of just like, I'm too good. And I'm Mark from YouTube, and everybody loves me. So whatever I'm going to do, they're going to love. And you can see it because you do have fanboys in all of the comments on everything about this movie that are fucking praising the guy
That's
and I'm
true.
like,
that's true.
it's just not a good movie.
I think it's the wrong movie to be this long. Just absolutely. I mean, 45 minutes of exploration and then what, 20, 30 outside of it? Like maybe have him arrested, do an escape from New York thing, kind of maybe show us the blood moon. Where is it in the galaxy? What are we looking at? My biggest problem was the conversations he had toward the end of the film. It was never made clear enough to me as a thick-headed, viewer, who was talking, why or how they could be talking.
Yep.
But the lore explains it. The movie didn't. And that really pissed me off. And there's a whole other point that I think would have made for an incredible, tense, scary moment that I don't think happened. So minor spoilers, I guess. So you find out when they bring him up, the one time they bring him up, he fires off the camera to get their attention, and it's an X-ray machine. He's taking X-rays because you can't see through blood. And it's like, oh shit, yeah, obviously, okay. But then you think back to him saying, yeah, the skeleton's not there anymore. Hey, shithead, it's not a skeleton.
Right.
That was never said, was
you're
it?
right.
No
No,
one
it
ever
wasn't.
said, holy shit, that's not a fucking skeleton. Get me out of here. Because once I realized that it's X-rays and they showed the humans and how sort of maybe distorted they were through the camera or because they were moving or whatever, then you see the pictures underwater and it's like, well, that doesn't show the outside structure of this thing. It's just bone.
Yeah.
So what does it actually look like? Because if you take a hippopotamus skeleton and give it to somebody to draw it, and you tell them what a hippopotamus looks like and give them the skeleton, they're going to back rooms that shit.
Yeah.
It's going to be all doofy looking. But like, you can't tell like how big the thing is. Does it have tentacles? Does it have anything reaching for you? Like what kind of fucking nightmare is this thing? And I was happy with how they sort of like showed it here and there, sneaking up on him, in the pictures when he's not looking, when he's using the X-ray machine for light, even though it gives off radiation and it compounds every time he uses it. Which that also didn't go as far as I thought it would as well. I thought he was going to start to melt more, like really Chernobyl himself up.
Yeah.
But I knew what kind of movie, what kind of game it was. So going in, I'm just like, all right, let's see if he biffed it. And I set my expectations really low because I've almost watched this like 7 times and I just never got to it. I never sat down and was like, yes, I want to see the blood ocean shit. I'm not that hardcore, I guess, but it's never been one of those like fucking Masters of the Universe. Like that was fun. I was looking forward to that, hoping it would be good. And honestly, it's Jared Leto's best performance, and I'm not being sarcastic. It's the only time I like him. And this just didn't. It's nihilistic. The whole movie is very nihilistic. The world is dead. Everything is silent. What are we gonna do? Fucking go down here and look at shit. That's the best we can hope for. So there's no future. There's no hope for these people, which makes it really difficult for them to have motivation. I think him as an actor and for the script, it was you have no stakes at that point because you're just trying to figure out why it happened. If you're looking for something that could reverse it, that's different. Then you have a time frame to do it. So yeah, there's, and I honestly do think it's because he's so familiar with the story, he can skip over the stuff that like he figures, everybody knows this, everybody should get that. Not
I run
all
into
time.
the same issues that I had with the what was her name? Christy, or no, that did the found footage horror movie.
Yeah.
What's her name?
The YouTube channel is Call Me Chris.
Call Me Chris.
K.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm in the same boat with this of like, you would have been better off hiring an actor to play this part and let you direct.
I will say there are parts of this where he was a better actor than other parts. So you can see talent improve as it goes on.
Yeah, I don't think he's an untalented person, but the way he portrayed this role, like it just, if you had a different actor and you could have focused, and that's a big thing in like the independent world, whereas like a lot of people are just like, we need less writer, director, actor, editor.
Yeah.
We need less people that do everything and more people to specialize in their jobs so that you can put your full effort into one thing.
Yeah, I think if he does another one, he definitely needs to do that. But as a get your foot in the door and kind of shake up what's going on, which is what he did essentially, it worked.
Yes.
We got to give him that. He's helped horror more than he's hindered it, which is really good. Because look at the backrooms. Everybody was like, "Oh, Iron Lung. Yeah, I don't want to talk about a Blood Ocean movie. Oh, Hallways. Yeah, we'll do that one. We'll talk about that.
I think a lot of that has to do with the fact that the Backrooms is really good and this isn't.
True.
If this was really good, it's a different situation.
Yeah. Be really interesting, I think, to do Iron Lung as a stage play.
Could be.
Damn.
Think about that while we grade. All right, Chris, do you recommend, and what is your grade for Iron Lung?
Okay, I am going to recommend it because this was this was his passion project. From what I know, and I could be completely wrong, he was the first one to play it, or his playthrough streaming stuff was what got him big, or there's some connection between him and the game that intrinsically they'll always be locked together. So this I feel is can't be anything other than his passion project, and he got it out, and I enjoyed it. Yeah, there were slow parts. There were parts where I'm like, well, that probably should be cut, or you could move this over here, do this different, blah blah blah. They used more fake blood than any other movie by 10,000 gallons. Good for them. It'll always have that record until the next Evil Dead. But yeah, I think he accomplished something with this, and I'm happy with it. The set looks like something that was made for a haunted house. Honestly, there's some parts of it that are like, yeah, that's a tube, like a poster tube painted. But whatever. Same shit with Alien. It was just shot different, you know? I want to see what he does next. I thought that the camera direction was good. It was too dark at times. He picks up something at one point. It looks like a leg pouch for shotgun shells, and he rips it off of whatever it is. And I know it has to do with the black box and the life jacket and stuff, but it was so dark, even rewinding it, I couldn't tell what it was.
The whole movie's too dark. There's too many, and I get that that's supposed to be part of what's going on.
Oh yeah, yeah.
But we need to see what's happening.
Yeah, and you know what? I just in the course of the 40 years I've been watching horror movies, I guess longer. This is better than most of the shot on video, homemade kind of things. Because even if you have, we've had ones where people have like $15 million and Rudy Ray Moore just struts through kicking at pigeons and shit, you know. And that's fun for a different reason. But my point is,
I'm choosing that 100 times out of 100 over this.
I know. Well, this is like Evangelion levels of letdown. Like emotionally, because there's no escape for anybody. But what I really liked, and got me into really now wanting to learn more about it, is that it was inspired by an SCP, the Blood Lake, and I always found that story really interesting. and this is a take on it. So okay, so we're getting new horror, but it's inspired by old stuff that was inspired by old stuff that was inspired by stuff that we watched when it first came out. And I'm actually loving this whole evolution of it. And if we gotta sit through a bad one here and there, that's fine, because the Bring Her Back people and Kane and just everybody that we've reviewed the last 2 weeks, like, holy shit, where this talent has been hiding, and it's been nepotism in Hollywood giving us sequels of sequels. What the fuck? This could be a revolution. It could be a renaissance in horror film. So I don't want to shit on it too much, because he's trying to help other people too. And if people can take his personality and stuff into the reviews, then I can take his willingness, his more than happy to help someone else out attitude. And that makes me feel better about it. I don't think I'll watch it again, though. I mean, I give it a B-, because it is an accomplishment for somebody that's never made a movie. It was too long, though.
First of all, Chris, how dare you? Be level-headed.
Jane, you ignorant slut.
How dare you be level-headed here? All right, I'm not recommending it. I did not like it. I, not knowing much about him and just a little bit of research I did afterwards to basically just kind of find out like what level of YouTube star he was, and he's a big star on YouTube. And I think that's a problem with this movie, because I think he didn't have anybody to tell him your runtime shouldn't be over 2 hours. You need to light it better.
Yeah.
You need to edit this down, because there's a bunch of stuff here that you brought into the story that you're not explaining.
Yeah, and they opt for the long shots too, unbroken kind of things, because it's all from his point of view.
It just gets so monotonous, as I so mispronounced earlier on. And I started checking out. I looked and I'm like, I'm 31 minutes into this movie. I'm like, I have an hour and like 38 minutes left to go or whatever. I'm like, and it is going nowhere. Once they sent him back down, I was like, this, and I just like, I kept looking at him and I'm like, oh, you think you're fucking smart. You think you're like, okay. And he might be the nicest guy. And I do feel bad saying that. So you were just getting
mad at him because he was just sitting there sweating in a headband the whole time.
And it just like, I could just picture him editing it and being like, oh yeah, this is fucking awesome. They're going to eat this shit up. And maybe not. And again, he could be the nicest guy in the world.
Yeah.
But I just couldn't separate the idea that he's this big YouTube star who is now taking on this movie. And like, I get it. Awesome. It's really awesome that you made the movie, but that doesn't make it good. Because.
No, it doesn't. It doesn't. But for him, I appreciate everything that's come out of it.
Sure.
It's going to help us. It's going to entertain us, which is great.
I'm giving it a D. I didn't like it.
Understand that.
I did not like it. I was not impressed by him. I was not impressed by his storytelling. I was not impressed by his acting. The fact that you can't see anything in this is so frustrating to me. And I get
that worked, but I get it.
They probably lit it dim because they had poster tubes that were spray painted black, and they had silver painted, PVC piping. Like I get that you do those things. Again, I do it I don't do that because I do documentary stuff, but like any narrative stuff I've worked on, I get that you have to kind of figure out how you're going to light something so that you don't like light the empty parking lot behind you, or like I get it, but it doesn't make it good.
No.
And just because he's popular on YouTube doesn't mean that I should give it a good grade.
Nobody's saying that.
You read the fucking fanboys.
No,
they're like, this guy can't do wrong.
Listen to me. It's okay.
I always listen to you.
It's okay. You can do that. You don't have to listen to the other people.
Yeah, so I'm giving it a D because I didn't like it.
No, that's fair. That's
plain and
fair.
Simple.
I personally like the idea of it, and I would like to know more about what happened, but
I'll agree with you there. I like the idea, and I think the world that's there is great. Yeah. I just wish that it was either cut down to like an hour and 10 minutes and just bang, 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 or he had made a short first to make a bigger world film out of it.
Yeah. I would have liked to have seen a little bit outside of the sub. I know that's not what the game does.
Doesn't matter.
But
you don't have to, like, you can be faithful to the game while opening up the universe.
Yeah.
Silent Hill, the first Silent Hill film was a really good, like, explanation of that.
Yeah.
Because you got more by still being true to the game.
Yeah, that's true.
So,
we won't talk about the other two, especially the last one that came out.
No. I still haven't watched it.
Don't.
I don't know anyone that liked it.
There's very often I will preemptively give you I don't recommend it. I've watched it once and I've tried to watch it 2 more times because I want to see the fake fucking beard they put on, but they fucked up the character to start with. And it just, no. Christoph Gans has made the best and the worst Silent Hill movie, and I don't know how that's fucking possible.
Crazy.
Well, George Lucas made the best end until the sequel's worst Star Wars movie, too, so.
That's fair. All right. Joe is off this week. He will be back next week, but Scott is here to talk to us about the Odyssey. I can imagine that his review is probably almost as long as the film.
Yeah.
Hey, I won the Publishers Clearinghouse, and I wanted to send you a huge check in appreciation for letting me be on the show all these years.
Yo, I'm going to get paid.
Yeah.
But I need you to spell your name for me. It's important to get this right so you can cash the check.
WILLIAFULKERSO_0.
Excellent. Check's in the mail.
Out of context, that's pretty good.
What?
Oh, wait, no, that's not out of context. That was exactly the conversation.
Yeah, with Reverend Scott.
Could you get more 90s?
Hey there, Bill and Chris. This is Reverend Scott, and welcome to Holy Shit, the only segment that...
All right, let's just get into this because I got a shoot I got to get to because I'm a very important person.
Okay, fine, big shot. Last weekend, I went to go see The Odyssey. And honestly, what can I say about The Odyssey that hasn't already been said over the last 3,000 years? So that's it for this week. Peace and love, guys. Actually, there are a few things I wanted to mention because this Odyssey was directed and written by Christopher Nolan. And I guess also Homer.
So, like, that's pretty cool, too.
Back in Homer's time, there was no CGI and no smartphones. And I can only assume that's why Christopher Nolan doesn't use smartphones either.
It really was. It really was a simpler time.
Oh.
But to get back to the film, if you've never ever read The Odyssey, like I haven't because it's a book, all the key points are here, apparently, but done in the most Christopher Nolan way possible, down to the fast-paced cuts in the first act, and some dialogue that's very hard to hear, seemingly on purpose. The first act is a little jarring the way it's cut together, but it definitely improves as the movie moves on, and maybe it's just a way to get you into the film faster with the pacing. I don't know. We jump around in time from current time with a concerned Spider-Man. He's almost come of age, and his father Odysseus is MIA after the Great Trojan War. Giggity. Odysseus's right hand and half-blind man, Emmaus, whatever. He's played by the Violator, Luigi, and the Pest himself, John Leguizamo. And he's stayed loyal all these years and is even trying to help Telemachus? Whatever. It's Tom Holland.
Telecommunications.
I mean, Spider-Man, to learn how to fight. But what do they have better to do? I mean, it's been over 8 or 10 years or something since Odysseus left. I'm not really sure, but it's been a long-ass time. I mean, is the king of the land, Odysseus, alive or dead?
That's a good question.
If he's alive, then where the hell is he? Why hasn't he returned?
It's a great question because I'm not even sure, to be honest with you.
And the movie doesn't really want you to know that answer right away. We bounce between current time in the film with Odysseus' wife, Penelope, a.k.a. Catwoman, a.k.a. Anne Hathaway, who has an entire banquet hall full of potential male suitors, feasting, drinking, and getting generally fucking belligerent drunk and being assholes. Meanwhile, she just sits there at the top of the room behind a mesh wall, staring at them most of the time, working on a, burial shroud for Odysseus, I think. Something like that. I don't know, but most of the time she's just up there working on that. I think the guys in the room expect her to think,
I will date whoever is standing in front of me.
It sure seems that way.
all these jokers assume she'll eventually give up hope on her husband returning, seeing as though others that fought in the Trojan War have already returned years ago. And then she'll eventually remarry. And in the case of Robert Pattinson's The Batman, he thinks that he can also maybe get her hand in marriage and kill Spider-Man and take the throne for himself. He's a very crafty, evil villain pretending to be worthy. But we can all see right through his ruse, mainly because he actually openly says what his plans are to his cronies. Meanwhile, we also get to see how the Trojan War was won with the infamous Trojan horse, which they showed the soldiers inside of and mentioned how they all had to be in there shitting and pissing on each other. I never really thought about that part before. Plus, the tide was coming in because it was on a beach, and so the guys at the bottom were trying to breathe through straws and stuff as they were getting pissed on already and then almost drowning. Trust me, you don't want to be one of those guys on the bottom. You want to be like higher up.
North of your butt.
But they only had to do that for a few days without making any noise, then pop out and murder a bunch of people and let their army in through the front gate. So not a real big deal, really.
All right, it's that easy. Well, it's probably easier. It's definitely easier.
Definitely easier
than how you make it sound.
But of course, the real story begins when we see Odysseus alone on a beach with a woman named Calypso, and she's feeding him lotus leaves. She's played by Charlize Theron. Odysseus doesn't realize it, but he's been there for years, his memory in fragments. But to be honest, after seeing Calypso, I think Odysseus was maybe faking it for a few of those years. She was like, how'd you end up here? Where's your crew? Do you remember? And he's like,
no, not me. I don't remember that.
But slowly we get pieces of his memory returning. We bounce around from meeting the intimidating Agamemnon with his thrilling headgear and cool black armor, and we find out that after the Trojan War, Odysseus decides maybe I'll take a little shortcut here in a different direction so he can maybe beat everyone else back. But,
that wasn't a good idea.
That's when we start to see the various famous parts of the Odysseus journey. It seems like it's fine at first. They find an island here and there. They come in from the sea and basically pillage the land and village and take supplies. But they're given a warning. If they continue on this path, they won't like what they find.
Yeah, no shit.
There's a scene that basically had me on the edge of my seat where Matt Damon and his men are trapped in a cage with this 50-foot tall Cyclops who blocks the door of the giant boulder when he enters. Oh, and he's got a hunger for a hunk of man flesh.
It happens.
It's fucking terrifying. I'm not kidding. And at one point he eats one of them and then just fucking goes to sleep. And they're like, okay, cool, we can cut his throat, right? And then they're like, oh wait, a giant fucking boulder. So now we're just fucking stuck here in the dark with this fucking man-eating Cyclops. I think what sells it is the Cyclops has this foreign yet not outlandish look to him. He's got skin like a hairless cat and his eye is sideways and he's got this diagonally crooked nose and it's all seemingly practically done. I mean, there's effects obviously to make him look that large, but it's not just a CG monster thing. And it's also mostly shot in the dark. There's a lot of scenes that you'd see him, yet it's not clear. And it just kind of adds this layer of realism to it that's just insanely creepy. And it's the fact that they can't brute force their way out of this situation. They have to use their little tiny soldier brains. And speaking of giants, we have the chrome-plated giants from the trailer and movie posters. They used very short stunt doubles in combination with like 7+ foot tall actors in the chrome armor to add in some scary contrast for the fight. Trees are moving and trapping soldiers like cages, and no mercy was shown to Odysseus's men. But really, after they saw that there was like a basically 6 foot tall child screaming at them earlier, they should have known that sticking around was not a good idea.
Ridiculous.
Oh, yeah.
Stupid.
But to be honest, these boys are starving Marvin, man. They'll try anything. They encounter a cottage on a hill, and along the path up to the cottage are various large cats like panthers, lions, tigers, and oh my, that should have been a fucking clue.
Okay, there's something very wrong here.
And what we eventually get is some of the most disturbing, gross body horror shit that I've seen in a theater in quite some time. I warn anyone out there that's a bit squeamish.
I will give it a D for don't watch it.
Oh, and you can't forget the sirens. It's such a realistic depiction. It's haunting and genuinely scary. We're told that their song, it means something to Odysseus and how it gives him what he wants to hear, yet he can't have it, and it tears him apart to hear it. I think it has something to do with the fact that they lack all the proper permits for their boat.
They're coming to arrest us for being in international waters.
I guess that brings me to what I liked most about this movie. Think of this as like a fantasy-based Braveheart. It's like one step more into realism than like Lord of the Rings, but not quite as grounded as something like, I don't know, Gladiator. But it feels like it's in that same ilk, that same kind of majestic epicness as those films. And because it's based in a fantasy world of what the film calls at the beginning apparent magic,
you can get away with almost anything.
Well, within the confines of the original story. On top of that, we keep cutting back to the terrible suitors in Odysseus's banquet hall. There's lots of tension there too, and lots of conniving behind the scenes, and you're concerned about Spider-Man because he goes on a trek to go meet John Bernthal, who is the brother of Agamemnon, and we find out what happened to him, and then he comes back and everybody wants him dead, but he's grown up some, so they're not sure what to do, and there's a lot going on there, and all these guys are in the banquet hall pining for Odysseus's wife and to get the throne, which makes the third act of this movie incredibly satisfying. Odysseus almost disappears, and in his place is a white-bearded Jason Bourne. The changes in tone completely worked for me, surprisingly. It goes from mysterious to horror to intense sadness, and then there's Athena, aka Zendaya, briefly appearing to kind of guide Odysseus or make him realize certain things, and we even managed to find a way to use a dog to pull on your heartstrings, and it fucking works. And when you finally get to the revenge arc at the end, you're ready to see some fucking heads roll.
This is more than I could have hoped for. It was better than I thought it was going to be.
But I'm not going to say this is a perfect film. However, my only complaints are minor. First, it's the famous movie stars. They may be good for getting butts in the seat, and then there's the good quality of acting. Everyone does very well. Spider-Man's kind of iffy compared to the rest, but even he does fine. But sometimes when you're dealing with such a well-known story, it can sometimes take you out of the experience. I'm like, you're watching Odysseus fight off a mob of men in hand-to-hand combat, and he's swerving from this guy to that guy and grabbing things and hitting them and throwing things, and it does really just start to feel like a deleted scene from the Bourne series. And then you got Mia Goth with her shaved off eyebrows. It just sticks out like a sore thumb. And as much as I like John Bernthal, it's hard not to see the Punisher and Shane from The Walking Dead or Carmi's brother from The Bear. And then there's Travis Scott. He's barely in it, but he's still annoying at best. Even the manufactured bullshit controversy over the casting of Lupita as Helen of Troy or Elliot Page as what people assumed was Achilles, but turns out to be a completely different character named Sinon, which kind of confused me at first because the internet is always correct. It would never lie to me, right?
You know what? So much dumb shit is said in this that I'm not 100% sure anymore.
All for two characters that are in the film for maybe like 4 minutes out of the nearly 3-hour runtime.
Doesn't even matter. That it's just stupid.
And as much as I loved Robert Pattinson's performance, he did sometimes come off as almost cartoonishly evil, like yelling at his lackeys to go kill Odysseus and go do that. And it's like they're all suitors for this woman. Why are they even listening to this guy? And meanwhile, while all this is going on, he's like hiding behind a pillar in the room. And sometimes he's like rubbing his hands together over the thoughts of his evil plans.
Oh, that's how you know he's
But, I have to say, overall, I was very impressed with the Odyssey. I didn't have big expectations over the fact that it's like a Christopher Nolan film and all that shit, but never once was I bored or made to feel like this movie was too long despite it being really fucking long. The pacing in the first act was a bit odd, but I guess I'm used to the way he films things, so it didn't bother me that much. But maybe it was necessary also to keep things moving along to kind of get you into the movie before they kind of slow down the pacing a little bit. So with all that said, I'm going to highly recommend you see the Odyssey, and I give it a straight A. Yeah.
Right.
Oh, and one more thing. Apparently, Christopher Nolan got exclusive IMAX rights in all theaters for the first 4 weeks of the release of the Odyssey, preventing me from being able to see Spider-Man Brand New Day in the IMAX theater, like some sort of fucking normie. And for that bit of bullshit, to Mr. Nolan, I say,
fucking fuck off.
And I now reduce the Odyssey a full grade down to a B. Eat shit.
All right.
Okay, that's all I can handle for this week. I just got back from vacation and I did not expect to dig into something this epic first thing upon my return. So I'll quickly mention your reviews from the last 2 weeks. Dead Tides, aka
some nudity, so we get to see a lot of Roddy Piper's backside. So that's good.
Yeah.
C- film, B+ review. Then Camp Dread, aka
even the trailer just gives up on itself.
Yeah.
D- film, A- review. Then Exit 8, aka
it's weird.
Yeah.
It's weird that way.
A- film and review. And of course, Backrooms, aka
Captain Clark's Ottoman Empire.
Holy shit, from episode 948 is all my thoughts on that. But I'm going to say this gets a straight A for the film and the review. Nice job.
Not bad.
All right, that's all I got in me for this week. So until the next time you go on a work trip for 10 straight years to fight off a whole army of cyclops, giants, a witch, a whirlpool, a sea creature, and sirens, and then have to choose between Aeon Flux and Catwoman before you can finally see your son Spider-Man again, peace and love, guys. Outside the Cinema, the only podcast brave enough to review my OnlyFans.
Fucking hell, that thing.
That's not supposed to be that big.
Anywhere near it.
Gross. Thank you guys for hanging out with us again this week. Hope you enjoyed the reviews of this week's movies, because next week we're going to do 2 more movies. We haven't decided which ones yet, but we'll see.
We will.
You can follow me on Instagram at OTCBill. Chris apparently doesn't care about Instagram, but if you wanted to follow him, you can go to Cthulhu.
No. The Spectopia Arts Instagram. That one's cool. That one's all right. I may be putting up some artwork later, but
do it, bro.
I know. I just have to, and I'm learning how to edit the 360 video stuff. So I got a lot going.
Well, if you go back, tell me.
Okay.
All right. Hey, guys, patreon.com/outside the cinema. All the money we generate through that keeps the show alive. Without it, we can't do it. So join up. We've got a few new members who we're going to shout out next week.
Nice.
And then we'll probably get some Patreon picks in too. So cool. Everyone have themselves a good week. Go see Spider-Man. Let us know what you thought of it. And we will be back again next week.
All right. Bye.
Later.